Good morning, y'all. It is Tuesday. It is a whopping 29 degrees here in Southeast Michigan, which means it's 2 degrees warmer than when I woke up at 6 something to take Antonio to the bus. It is still cold. This is the end of the book. This is the last chapter. Chapter 10. Now, starts out, it's just, letting you know that over the years, as years went on, there was very few things that changed. Very, very few. Your barn animals still did bulk of the work, but let's see. A lot of the animals didn't remember what life was like before the rebellion. Just like a lot of people that was born under Stalin didn't remember what the October Revolution was like, what life prior to that was like. Yes, it was hard. It had a monarch. However, that monarch didn't starve them on purpose. He didn't just throw them in jail for the fun of it. Whereas people like Stalin, my ears bother me, did do that. Now, Muriel had passed, Bluebell, Jesse, Pincher, and Mr. Jones had passed. And Clover had just a variety of health issues that comes with being an old horse, an old nag. My thing I got such a kick out of was when talking about Squealer. Squealer was so fat that he could, with difficulty, see out of his eyes. He could barely open them because he was so fat. It put so much pressure on his here sections of his eyes. And I think about that's how Uncle Jones is gonna look in a few years if he keeps using that stuffy pedals. Anyway, they go in to talk about how the pig started walking on two legs, and he started dressing. Now, they started out with 7 commandments under Snowball. Toward the end, there was only one. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. That came about after a lot of years of the pigs getting wealthier and fatter. They were allowed to supervise. They didn't have to learn how to work from the ground up. As soon as they were old enough to supervise, they were given a whip. That was it. They walked on 2 legs. The sheep, of course, were brainwashed and taught how to say, where is it here? Let's see. 4 legs good, 2 legs better. Well, to begin with, they would say 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. But they were taught by Squealer how to say 4 legs good, 2 legs better, because the pigs were walking upright. Eventually, the animals go and watch a meeting between the animals, the pigs, and humans from the other farms. During that night, 12 voices were shouting in anger. They were all alike. No question now what had happened to the faces of the pigs. The creatures outside looked from pig to man, from man to pig, and from pig to man again. But already it was impossible to say which was which. In other words, the pigs had sold out every animal on the farm. They had Boxer taken away to a horse slaughtering place. His hooves turned to glue, and who the hell knows what else to him. But during this process, it shows how Stalin became so ruthless that he would slaughter people and just sit, watch and smoke his cigars without a second thought. That is what he became. Now, whether or not that is what power does to people, I don't know. Personally, I think a lot of these people that get into power like that had some screws loose, or they had an axe to grind with wood to start with. That's just my personal opinion. I am not trying to diagnose anybody, God forbid. I am not a psychiatrist or anything like that. That's just my assessment. Because Stalin was abused when he was a child by his father. His father was a shoemaker and an alcoholic and would beat him. Lenin had a loving, close family. His oldest brother, Sasha, went to university in St. Petersburg and fell in with a rebel group. He's seen all the social injustice around him. He became a revolutionary in college. And eventually he tried to kill a czar and was hung for it. That triggered Lenin. So then he came into power with an axe to grind. The czar. So, I hope you will go buy Animal Farm by George Orwell, or look up where it's been read on YouTube. And it's very interesting to listen to it, to read it, or get it on Audible books. Not sponsored, okay? Not sponsored, but Audible books. And just read it, listen to it, take it in, and then look at the world around us. You'll see some parallels there. I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to start reading Book of Enoch next. And we'll review each chapter of that. Until later, be well, be safe, read on.